from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? KJ Hamler returning it. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Blake Jarwin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. That's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Hamler now to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Broncos getting ready to go on offense here now for the first time, led by Drew Lock, their third-year quarterback out of Missouri.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
2nd and 4. Throwing now is Locke. Got an open man here, and it's KJ Hamler. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
You can't be receiving me.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Here's Locke. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
26 franchise winner. Okay, so we're going to have the 5th overall pick this year. And for some reason, EA has, I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's an Easter egg or if it's even supposed to be in the game.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty
all
run
these
because
players
everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they create some nice space for him.
Safety. You will see there is a USC strong safety with
Tim Patrick.
and his key ratings look pretty decent. 8 CM power, 8 tackle speed. So his ratings aren't too shabby. When you see that he's projected to be around 2 or 3, great. But when we draft him, he is ranked 2 in true value, and he is a generational prospect. Now, there's having a 5th overall pick, and you draft a player projected to be in the 2nd or 3rd round, and you get an excellent pick from it. Like, he starts off his rookie season as an 86 overall off rip, and if you get lucky enough, you can actually find 2 of the USC safeties in the same exact draft. EA, what are we doing? How to draft a guaranteed generational talent in Madden 26 franchise.
This return will be positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. They'll be led, of course, by their second-year quarterback from LSU, Joe Burrow. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he powers his way up past the 30. The numbers for him from a week ago. 13 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown.
They give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just.
They'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack. And it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Burrow on play action. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings,
no, why'd you drop it?
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Burrow will throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And he gets it down to the 32.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down." They love being physical.
Actually adapted himself and intentionally let everyone see his true form. It just wants to make all the children more flavors. Of course, Will's character will serve a special purpose. Think about it carefully. Hanlon never told Harlan about Will, yet Harlan specifically was. And in the previous episode, Hanlon's wife went to the telescope shot Fiona Rose also specifically asked Rose, "Is no one curious why both with the shining ability and the indigenous people who can resist Pennywise are so concerned about Will?" Harlan is focused on Will because Hanlon feels
the receiver was locked up. They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Now Pollard. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big.
Did you just say that Steph Curry is?
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going
Okay, let me hear the two other point guards. Yeah, I got to hear this.
The offensive guys have the right play dialed
and
on because
Danny.
defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
Yeah, deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow steps away. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They'll run on first down. Gordon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. To throw on 3rd and 1. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now Pollard. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Burrow flushed out right. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. 3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Locke looks to throw it again. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in a field goal range down at the 27-yard line. Throwing on first down is Locke. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but...
I got to make shit about me. That's James. I can't help myself. I got to get these on the chance.
He will be ruled out of bounds, so this will go only as incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Locke. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And McManus able to put it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on over, we now proceed to the start of the second half. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
On second down, here's Barkley. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They find some open field here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. They'll run with Barkley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And now they will throw it with Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Burrow. Man open, and St. Brown has got it. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Oh my gosh.
A spectacular one-handed grab there.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved.
So Pollard, the game is ceiling. Now,
I really like how they were in sync on that one.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They'd lost two straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Locks throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Another.
Block now to throw. That's caught over the middle by Fant. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
They scared of Michael Paulson. They scared him.
To throw in his lock. He's got his tight end Fant. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, it's Gordon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They look to throw. It's Locke. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 43. Now Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And he's going to get this inside the 30. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Locke's throw taken in by Sutton. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A very costly holding penalty. It backs them up all the way inside their 10 to start this drive. They'll buy some time right.
Bro, Jamal.
Intercepted yet again. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. Well, young quarterback Charles rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
From the 27, Locke completes it to Fant on the right side. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Locke to throw. And this will be incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Locke gonna throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Bobby Massey, right tackle, called for the penalty there. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Looking to throw. Locke. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. Pitch and catch there, good for 13. And that's going to make it 4th down. The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Also, Madden 20 best. I'm not going to lie, bro. I've been playing this shit again. I understand what
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to give it to Gordon. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone. Keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Left side to Lamb. He'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
Play action. It's Burrow. That is caught by Lamb. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout. and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review of this being inside 2 minutes of play. Everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds?
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review. So they
have no choice but to do this. He'd be the hardest working kid in show business and have no choice but to be successful. But Offset isn't going to do that because he's not thinking that far ahead. He's just trying to run her pockets for the taxes. He's trying to get his bills paid. He doesn't have a big.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Ones we knew even before they put the toe to the leather on that one. Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking, nice hold for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
So Trump move up. Holy shit. Okay, imagine you're looking. Not while that is happening.
Another choke for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he will have a Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins.